You finally came out of the snake crochet fixation a bit. I love the snake wearing the whipped cream hat though. Well, not though. I can still love it. I'm still allowed to love it. I fully understand the fixation, and I would probably be, if I could make things that big like that, I probably would too. All right. I'm going to run a 3-minute ad break, and I will be right back. Welcome back. So, what do we miss? Tech says, I finally came out of the snake crochet hyperfixation. And Ashley says, I found a pattern for fruit bats. Like the peach bat from the birthday party. Weren't you doing something like that recently? Yes, I made a few fruit bats. Tech made, I want to say it was a peach bat. But it was a bat based on a fruit. But it was an adorable bat that had a little booty. And it had like little wings that wrapped around itself. But you could like lift up the wings and see its little bat booty. And it was, oh my god, it caused a sensation in the Discord. And then it actually went to the person who it was meant for. And they loved it too. Exciting bat booty days. The pattern doesn't include a booty. And Ashley says, I've been working on some more gemstone mushroom pendants, which I've just pre-baked the bases for. And so I haven't seen a completed one. Where is the gemstone in the mushroom? Like, is it like sprinkled with gemstones, like sprinkles, or like, which I just pre-baked the bases for. When I'm done cooking, I'll go back up there to get started working on my gemstone sapling pendants next. Yeah, I haven't seen, my brain is not pulling up a visual image for this. Where in the mushroom is the gemstone located? And was it already installed when I saw you putting a hat on a mushroom the other day? In the bottom. I still need to take a picture of the ones I finished. Well, I'll post in the Discord in a minute. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, to imagine it being in the bottom. To me, that just not like it, but not in a bad way. Just it gives me the mental, like just the feeling that the gemstone was born of the mushroom. Like the mushroom was there when somebody like stuck it into the ground. They were like, meow, and then it was like meow, and that was it growing a mushroom. By the way, in case you could not tell. And so we were talking about what is in a homemade biscuit. And the answer is flour, fat, buttermilk, baking something, and some salt. So basically white, more white, and a little bitty bit of yellow to represent the buttermilk element here. As someone who has never made a homemade biscuit in their entire life, we just want to make sure we get the right colors here. Okay, and we're making 2 biscuits at least, so we need more than that. Okay. Oh, and if somebody could do exclamation point Discord. So for any of our raiders who might still be hanging around, we have a lot of fun. We're in the Discord all the time, hanging out, goofing around, talking about projects, you know, nosily checking, not nosily, but lovingly checking in on each other's lives in a nosy way. But no, you're totally welcome to join the Discord. What reminded me is that we're always talking about, like, oh, I'll put it in the Discord. I put a picture, like, well, what's this? Oh, I put a picture in the Discord. And so, yeah, everyone is welcome to join. It's not like a, you know, it's not a thing. It's a thing. Ooh, I like the yellow tone this gave that. Based on context clues, I think that yellow might have a little bit of translucent in it, which is fine with me. See, it's a thing. It really is a thing. We're on this, like, we're on the Discord all the time. Okay. Look. Ooh. Oh, and see, that's how our scrap clay models get squished. We just squished the gravy on the scrap clay model by setting our reclaim tray on top of it. And that's okay. Hang on. Because now I need to go look at those pictures. That's what we're talking about. Ooh, they do kind of look like gnomes. But yeah. Not in a bad way. It just gives me, like it just, the feeling of, like, that someone has taken their fingy and carefully pressed the gemstone down into, like, the soil that's around, like, a fairy ring or just some magical place. Oh, and you made a tree gnome. Cute. Alright, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, we're always, like, giving feedback, and, like, we know what other people are, like, currently into. But yeah, those are cute, baby. I want to see the finished ones. I'm intrigued. Okay. And let's see. Do we want to make a texture model of a biscuit? Yes, we do. And so, did we determine that we want to cut these in half and then texture them? I think that's where we landed here. And yeah, that was kind of the idea. Was wanted to color coordinate them as well. Ooh. So the idea was that they were, like, kind of, like, poked into the ground at, like, a, you know, somewhere cool. And so right now, this is our scrap clay biscuit model. And so we're giving it a nice biscuity texture. And then we're going to slice it in half, texture it again, and then, yeah. And then we're going to see how all that goes. And then use the knowledge gained from that to hopefully make even cuter biscuits. And so here we have this gently textured all over, roughly but not wildly so. Not just because I don't feel confident in my ability to replicate real mushrooms. Yep, magical fantasy gemstone mushrooms. There we go. Right? Yeah, I make lots of stuff that doesn't actually look like real stuff. Like, I was letting this cool down from my oven hands for a second. Oh, look at that nicely sliced little biscuit, baby. And so for the inside of it, we want a little more texture because we want it to look kind of like more flaky, but not so much. But we want to give it, because also when we go to add color to these, because we're going to get some chalk pastel and add, sorry, I lost my vape pen. Oh, there it is. When we add texture, the chalk pastel needs something to cling to. And so if we give it texture, that'll give us a natural depth and volume when we add color, as opposed to just trying to shade on a flat surface, which I definitely don't know how to do. So, sorry. So what is the ultimate fate of the mushrooms? Will they be pendants or shelf standers or? They're pendants. Nice. Oh, I like that. See? If we give this a different visible texture from the outside, I could do some shelf standards at some point, but none of the gemstones I have to work with really suit that purpose. You can always give them a base, baby. If you have something and you want it to be a shelf standard, just give it something to stand on. I don't know about the holes. This looks more like an English muffin to me than a biscuit. I think for a biscuit, I want more of like a flaky, brushed. You know what I mean? Because I really like that, but it definitely looks like an English muffin. There we go. Of course I would do that. It's just the size. Yeah. Okay. So I like the general look of that. Some kind of craggier areas, but more with just kind of a brush finish on it, because we're imagining like opening up a biscuit and see it's got a little bit of a. Okay, so I like that for a texture model. So now what should we do? We should make some tiny little biscuits in here. For right now, scrap clay biscuits are going to live on the thing with scrap clay whole thing. And so we're going to, let's see. So that's a little bit big. And why are we so concerned? Because we already have a dish, y'all. Like, we already have dishes chosen for this, and we already did the scrap clay models for a reason. If we make it too big, it's not going to fit on the plate. Or even if it does, it'll look ridiculous. And so this is when we need to stop for a minute and start thinking about our final product. Because before we were thinking about ingredients and getting this, that. Now we're starting to think about, like, if we were working in a restaurant, we'd call it plating. Like the actual food hitting the plates. Okay, I think this is the right size. This is literally half of the pieces of the piece that I just started with. Because look at that. The bottom will go right there, actually in a little bit. And then have the nice little pool of visible gravy. And then if you look at from the side, you can really see that these are two halves of a little biscuit. And so that is how they're going to be plated. Really, the bottom half of the biscuit's kind of right in the middle of the plate, now that I look at it. So, yep, it'll be right in the middle, have a pile of gravy, and then right over here, off to its side, like this, will be its little biscuit hat. But I think that's just the right size. But yeah, Reese, my biscuits always crumble a bit on the sides too. Seriously, everyone is so ambitious. I cannot effing imagine making biscuits from scratch. But it's one of those things, like I'm like, wow, you guys are so ambitious. I can't imagine doing that. I say as I custom blend up little teeny tiny bits of polymered clay and whatever and match colors to dust on a tiny fucking biscuit. People like, because like sometimes friends will watch me do it and they're like, yeah, it looks cool, but I'm glad you're doing that and not me. You know what I mean? Like the message is just basically, you couldn't pay me to do that. And I'm doing it for fun. Oh no! And again, a thing that would happen to me, my kawaii bunny wrist rest fell in some loose polymer mustard. As happens to everyone at some point during the day. Poor kawaii bunny rolling into the mustard. But yeah, this is the wrist rest. This is my wrist rest for my mouse. For my little wrist. Poor Bun Bun. Okay. But yes, I will deal with that later. Yeah, we all got our things. Okay. And so one of the things that we can do to set ourselves up for success when we're texturing things is if we, let's say we start to texture this on this cutting mat. We're running a pretty high likelihood that it's just going to become great friends with the cutting mat, and then we're gonna have to try and scrape it off, and then even once we scrape it off, we're trying to not malform it. No. If we do it on sandpaper, it helps the very bottom of its buns to keep from going flat. And see, this one was warm, and now it is squished. But again, like Reese just said, I totally got distracted because I was looking at Ashley's cooking advice. Damn it, I'm realizing in lieu of red wine and Worcestershire sauce, I could have used balsamic vinegar. Oh well. The gravy still tastes good, it's just not au jus. Lol. I am back. I has candy. Ooh. Haribo. Yeah, where I live, there's a bunch of Haribo at the dollar store. Like, tons of it. Like, just every weird mix you can imagine, and dinosaurs and worms and start. Yup. Mm-hmm. That one. Oh no, don't get the sugar free. And I don't really eat candy. I'm a savory treat person. Star Mix, it's like 4 different ones mixed together. It's like gummy bears and gummy worms and excellent. It is Haribo Check Mix. The other one, I can't remember the name. Maybe it is Star Mix, but there's one tech that has some of like the ones that have like, you know, like the white kind of foamy gummy, like the spongy ones. There's a mix that has those in it. The like a little frog with a white belly and the sharks with the white stomach. There's one of the mixes that has those. Yeah, careful eating gummy sugar-free candies because they're extremely, extremely laxative if you eat more than like a quarter cup of them. Okay. And this clay that I'm working with right this second, it is like warm, warm, warm and over conditioned, and I can feel it basically wanting to make friends with this sandpaper and never want to lift again. So we're going to poke at it a little more, and then we're going to take our hands off of it. VIP badge! Oh my gosh, you totally need one. Okay, I don't remember how to do it, but I will totally do it. And I would love, Tech, you are a VIP. I would love for you to have a VIP badge. Yay! And Reese says, I've read the horror, so I'm going to go right from that back into the... In case anyone here doesn't know, do yourself a favor and read the customer reviews for sugar-free Haribo gummy bears on Amazon. It's okay, I'm just excited to have the points. Well, no, I will absolutely... Hang on. I often end up with a... Not often, but I sometimes end up with a list after a stream. And so... Tech equals VIP. Perfect! And so I will be sure to do that, and then you'll have a cute little VIP badge. I think right now, Bears is the only one. So you and Bears will have an extremely exclusive title. Oh, Rustic, my angel, I love you. You can't be a mod and a VIP. FYI. I learned that in somebody else's stream. And I love you. I don't want to lose you as my mod. Oh, we need to mod up Sam. I still haven't done that. Of course, Angel. Yep, if you're a mod, you can't have one. They are mutually exclusive. Oh! I've never done Wordle, but I am... Crosswords and word puzzles and word games are one of my things. I think probably most of you have heard the story how I basically got banned from playing Words with Friends with my friends. Blaze, blame. I would say Blaze. Blame, Blade. Blair, B-L-A-R-E, like that music is blaring. But they like... Words on stream is fun. Dang it. It was blame, but I put Blaze. Oh, I'm sorry, Angel. Aries says, hello, humans. Hello. And look at that little dancing Cosmo. I'm sorry, Sugar Booger. You will get, like, the fact that you're doing it is great. Every time you do one of those, you'll get better. And Bears, if you like... Oh, 'tis Mango. Okay, thank you, Bubba. Thank you for telling me. You know I like being right. Bears, if you... Oh, I think I told you this before. If you want to be a fucking word game ass kicker, start doing some crosswords. Get a physical book of crosswords or like do some online crosswords, whatever, or do ciphers. Then you can buy, like, if you go to like a drugstore that old ladies frequent, you can buy like a little book like this big of like word puzzles, or maybe they're this big, of like word puzzles and find a words and ciphers. Like, you want one that says variety word puzzles, they're like $5. And there's something different about doing it with a pencil in your hand. I used to do them all the time, and if you enjoy Wordle in the slightest, you're not like, crosswords are a definition thing. There are lots and lots of word games that involve no definitions whatsoever, where you don't have to know what the words mean at all. I love Sudoku and Scrabble. See, I'm not a Sudoku person, but oh my fucking god, do I love me some Scrabble, some Upwords, some Words with Friends. I used to do logic puzzles for fun. I know, seriously, y'all, I'm a gigantic fucking nerd, but like just in a weird word nerd way. You should try Wordscapes. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Ooh, you love Scrabble? Okay, am I hearing, like, support for a group Scrabble night in the future? Mr. Tech and I have a big-ass Scrabble board. Not gonna lie, the ads are running, but the game itself is good. That is so cute! Because if we wanted, like, figure out how to do a group... Because I don't hold back. I fucking love me some word games. And, like, here's the thing. Like, let's say, like, I'm sitting right here in my chair. If you gave me, like, a balled up piece of paper, and we're like, okay, you just throw it into the garbage can. It's 5 feet that way. You have 10 minutes to prepare. You can do whatever you want. I would still be like, and it would just be like, ba-boing, and like, we're all good at different things. We are all good at different things. I love me some word games. And see, Ari, that's because you're an amazing artist. Okay, Ari, Wordscape's what I used to take to help him learn new words. Nice. But, like, Ari, your brain is not full of letters. Your brain is full of shapes and pictures and flowing art. Like, that, you're like, no, your brain is literally full. Yes, your brain is full of pictures, and there's like a little line in the middle that's like a line of words. But no, it's all glowing and flowing and like changing colors, and they're like spelling. Sorry, never heard of her. Who the hell's that? Like, no, that's not what your brain is doing. Your brain has other shit to do. Ah, yep. The one where you have letters in a grid, try to find as many words you can at time span. That is absolutely boggle. And oh my god, you guys. We physically own Big Boggle. Like the game where it's like the plastic thing and you fucking shake it up and it's full of the letters and then you put it down. We physically own that game. We could totally do that. And as opposed to like doing an online thing with whatever, we could literally shake up the fucking boggle letters and then set it down. And then everyone do real time boggle on the Discord with a real boggle set. I've never done words on stream. I do not know what that is. Oh, is that the Pictionary one? I think somebody was talking about that. Ooh. It's like Boggle. It's like 7 letters and chat can type guesses. See, because I also... It's like 7 letters and... Because is it the thing, like, how many words can you make out of this many letters? Because that is another one of the word games that's in, like, those books that I was telling Bears, or not just Bears, the books that I was talking about. Like, seriously, I did a lot of those when I was younger, because remember, I'm 40. And so when I was, like, 15, it was the year 1997. The internet wasn't like it is right now. It wasn't the same. I couldn't just pull up like a bunch of shit to do. And so like I would go to like there was like a drugstore by my parents' house and I would walk to there and they had a book of you could get books of like word puzzles and logic puzzles. And then there was a thing in the back because there would be a new one that came out like every month. Remember the year is 1997, thank you. And then there was a thing in the back where you could get a bundle of them and it was just old copies like you know from like previous years or whatever or just previous seasons or whatever it was. You could get a bundle of like 10 books for like 15 or 20 bucks or something, which at the time was a lot of money. But dude, I bought one of those and I was working on oh yeah, go ahead baby. I was working on that like seriously. I spent years working on those. Like you gonna lurk for a while? Are you gonna go? Oh yes, go eat, go live. Okay. Heck, my beloved, if I click on that while I'm streaming, I will never get back because you know how I am about being distracted. Do me a favor if you didn't already, because somebody sent me a message I haven't read yet. If you remember, send me a message that says that and says that I should look at that. Because we could do that like as a like do a words on stream, but then also because that would be on stream, we could also do live boggle with my boggle sets on the Discord one weekend if we wanted to, like right, and then it wouldn't just be like randos, it would just be people we knew and we could just mellowly play some boggle and goof around. I love all of these things. Like I strongly support playing word games like as a group. I love that. That sounds fucking amazing. The words on stream is only with your oh I know. Oh. And I gotta say, here is the thing. I have not barely been watching anybody else's channels at all lately. I have been... Work has been busy and great. Like people doing projects that they thought that they were like, oh, I'll just do this and that. Only when it started, they were like, oh, what? And they didn't, like, do the stuff that one does to get ready for the projects they were planning. And because I work with, like, all volunteers, am I going to be like, you didn't do your shit? No. I'm going to be like, here, I did your shit for you. So... That is what I've been doing at work. And so I have barely seen anybody's Twitch streams lately. Like, I feel like every hour that I have, there's like 3 different projects that I want to be doing during that hour. Thank you, Angel. Thank you for setting me up for success by reminding me what I'm supposed to be looking at tomorrow. Because I won't remember. Okay, this one wants to leap off the plate, and I do not appreciate that. Okay, both sides of those are textured. Those are little biscuit buns. This is the bottom. This is the bottom part of our little biscuit, and see how it's bigger and it's like taller than its friend. It's because when we texture it, it's going to get kind of smushed down. And we just want to be ready for that. Okay, why is this piece in particular just... Ooh, just kidding. This has brown something on it. But yeah, I think that'd be fun to do some word games as a group. But like, yeah, maybe do Boggle on the Discord one night, because I like being able to see and hear other people. Like, because on Twitch, other people can chat, but I'm the only one you can actually hear. And I just figure other people might like to hear, their other friends too, and not just me. I don't know why this reminded me of it. Speaking of other friends, Rustic was saying that they're going to go look at a little house that's not that far from where they live, which would be good for like family work stuff. But no, I'm excited for possible changes coming up for Rustic. I think I was just thinking about chatting with everyone and getting everyone's like personal updates, which I don't want to say demand. I'm not like, give me your updates, but I kind of do, but only with love. Yeah, there's just something different about being able to like, and not even necessarily always see, because some people don't like being on camera, but they like being on voice or even just being on the chat. Sure. I just like having the opportunity to hear people. Okay. My first instinct is that, because these are both made out of the same size ball of clay, I like this better. I like its tallerness. But these two are already made to be slightly flatter. I did just find out one of my classes with the same crazy strict teacher I had the last 8 weeks. Well, crazy strict teachers, that's one of those things, like, it's not like, oh, it builds character. No, it gives you the taste and a reminder that some bosses are always going to be fucking jerks who are going to grab onto any shred of semblance of power and control they can over you. Even if it's not particularly helpful, they're just going to be doing that, and it's really good prep for future bosses who will also do that. Yeah, I'm still keeping all options open. Never know. So you can go look, though? Ooh, update. I can transfer 10 classes worth of credits and only need to retake actual business classes. Oh, and you're going to visit your sister for her birthday and your mom is visiting her too. Okay. My first comment on that, take so many pictures. Take pictures of you and your mom and your sister together, of your mom and your sister, of you and your sister, of you and your mom. If you go out to like lunch somewhere, hand your phone to the waiter, and not just the waiter or waitress, not just your phone. Hand your mom and your sister's phone too, and then tip the person extra. And just be like, hey, take a bunch of pictures of us. And it doesn't matter. Oh, I love it. You're on it then. There we go. Yeah, for everyone else, it doesn't matter how your hair looks, whether the background looks good, whether, you're not going to give a shit later. You will not give a shit. Take a billion pictures when you see people you don't get to see all the time. Oh, I should have taken pictures with Marianne. Gosh, French and toasters. That's okay. But yes, later you will not care about the background or the fact that the table is covered in food or that your hair is wet from the rain. It's true. I'm so glad I took all the pictures I got with my grandma the last Thanksgiving she had, right? Just take so many pictures. Goofy candids, pictures of you doing nothing, pictures of you in line at the McDonald's together. It does not matter. Because really, our favorite pictures of people and of ourselves don't end up being like, hey, I'm looking for my big pen. As per usual. They don't end up being like, usually like, ones that we carefully posed in front of a sign for. It's us, taking a drink and going, at the camera at somebody's back porch or laughing in a parking garage. Because that's what it's really about. So just, I love that, Reese. Me too. Me too. Just take like 1,000,000. Reese, just make sure you're in lots of those pictures, baby. Your trip to Washington is on Saturday. Oh, to see the man? How long have you guys been long distance? You need to get that man chicken closer for the better biting. Seriously, he's too far away to bite. That's way too far. Okay, I think our little biscuits are ready for some color. Well, I guess not even how long have you been long distance, but how long have you been together? Ooh. That is... Six? So I will take it that you were not a pair of sentimental fools if you had to guess. Like, if you were like, I would not take you for, like, severely sentimental people who were like, oh my gosh, it's the anniversary of the first time that we ever had crab legs together. And so we both need to eat, crab omelets for breakfast. Oh, as previously mentioned, Aries not good at numbers. And that's okay. You don't gotta be. And it's one of those things, because we live in a capitalist society. If I tell people I'm really not that great at art, they're like, yeah, who is? That's fine. But if you say like, oh, I'm not great at math, they're like, have you not tried? Lazy. Like, okay, I'm definitely not wiping this paintbrush on my dress. But it's okay, because it's not paint, it's just chalk pastels. Okay. I think we're going to start with a nice... I want some yellow. Did forget our anniversary. I've chosen... It's probably better close enough. And see... The thing is, what's amazing about being in a relationship is you can just pick a date and be like, yes, that is our anniversary. And if someone questions you, you just be like, who the fuck are you and why would you ever even ask me that ever? So just pick a date you like. And be like, yeah, that's our anniversary. What? It's probably the anniversary or something. That's what I just nope. It is close enough. What was I doing, babies? I know exactly what I was doing. This was not it. Look at this little bag. Look at this little bag. Rustic made this for me, and I love it. It is so soft. Like, just so soft and so nice to touch. And, ooh. Sorry. That's not what I was looking for, but I saw it on my shelf, and I was like, I didn't show that off tonight. I have to show it. See, and this is Cosmo, who lives on my shelf now. He's so cute and I love him. Yes, my shelf of friends. I've got, that's my mushroom friend from Bears, emote friend from Bears, and then Cosmo from Rustic. The pumpkin is from Crafty Cat, and the little gnome sitting on top of the pumpkin is from Coffee and Crochet, to whom I just... Cosmo traveled his way to you via Rainbow Cow, I'm certain. Oh, seriously? I love him. He, like, the way I can wave his little arm, just... It sparks so much joy. Oh, wait. I was supposed to be doing something, and it was not that. We were supposed to be getting chalk pastels. Okay. So, next question is, what color is a cooked biscuit? Alright, hang on. Hold, please. Everybody go, like, just run into the kitchen real quick, grab some water, do something nice and quick, because I'm really quick looking up buttermilk biscuits, because we want a nice color reference photo. And if we, pardon me, if we just look up ones with gravy on them, we're not going to be able to see the top, and that's what we need right now. So what I am seeing... Okay. Wait, here we go. I need reference pics during stream. I like the way, okay, sorry, I'm just now seeing a picture that Rustic posted earlier of two biscuits, and it's two biscuits next to each other like friends, and then they're wearing the gravy as a hat, as opposed to like being sliced in the middle and then the gravy inside, and then you wear the top as a hat. The entire biscuit is intact and it's wearing the gravy as a hat. Okay, I just posted a picture of Southern buttermilk biscuits, and what I am seeing here is that there's a nice kind of like ridge of brown color right at the bottom, a tiny bit of coloring on the nice craggy sides, and then on top a yellowy to very, very light brown, a nice gentle golden yellowy brown, yellowy to tan orange, I would say. The official color, tan orange. And so I think we should start with some yellow. Alright, we need to move some of this. We need to move our little biscuits lest they obtain coloring from just being near the chalk pastels when they're being scraped. Hang on. Boots. Beats. There we go. And so these colors are from, I want to say, hamburger buns. And so we definitely will not be using this color, because if a biscuit is this color, it's burned. And so, same with that one. That's kind of our lightest color right now, and I think we want to start by getting some more of a nice lighter color, and then also another nice light color, like a light yellow. There we go. So I think some of this really, really light yellow to start with, and maybe some of this to kind of, maybe these two together. Yeah. To kind of start it, and then we'll darken them up a little bit. See how that goes. And okay, beloveds, you guys know my favorite thing to ask. What? Because I don't start at like right at the beginning. I figure people are doing other stuff, but we've been hanging out for a while. What are you doing while you watch the stream tonight? What else is going on in your corner of the world? Because we don't expect anyone to just watch the stream, pretty much, unless you're in bed, and that's different, because then, like, being in bed is the activity, and watching the stream is like a secondary or tertiary activity. You know what I mean? Hang on. Let's see, I like that light yellow. But yes, what is everyone else doing? What else is on the agenda? Are you watching TV? Drawing a dumpster fire. About to go to bed. Why are we drawing a dumpster fire? For an emote for your server or for your channel, baby? I'm submitting my timesheet for work, but then I'm going to glaze a moon. Ooh. Playing WoW. I have limited game time until my new computer comes in. Oh, okay. Surveys in bed. There you go. And Aries is submitting her timesheet for work and then is going to glaze a moon. Tech does it.